Hi guys, so today's episode I thought that we should try and learn Portuguese words together, specifically words that have to do with going to restaurants and ordering food. Now, I'm going to be transparent, I cannot speak Portuguese. I've been trying to learn Portuguese, but I've been butchering the language. So this is hopefully a different method that maybe will work. Again, I know my Portuguese accent and pronunciation is probably atrocious, but I want to have fun with it and hopefully that way I'll be able to improve my Portuguese. So the first thing is por favor, so please. So please may I have the menu. Por favor, posso ver o menu. Posso ver menu. Por favor, posso ver o menu. I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong, but it's sort of on the right line, but that's supposed to be please may I have the menu. The next phrase I actually feel quite confident saying because I've used it a few times. I mean, I haven't had any raised eyebrows so far, so I think it's okay. But it's a conta por favor. So the bill please, or please may I have the bill. An important one. In Portugal, it's very important to, well, it should be important everywhere, but in Portugal, always be polite. So pleases and thank you. It will get you very far and people will be quite lenient with you if your Portuguese is still leaving a lot to be desired. Okay. If you're in Funchal, majority of the restaurants you can get by with just speaking English. But if you want to explore a bit more and not just stick to touristy areas, I would highly suggest that you learn some basic Portuguese, or again, just try. People like a tryer, even if it's wrong, people like a tryer. The most important thing for me is the wine list. So if you want the wine menu, it's carta de vinho. Carta de vinho. Yes, I think that's correct. It sounds like I'm on the right track. Like I mean, it probably sounds like I have like marbles in my mouth, but I'm sort of, no, I'm not. Okay, let's just go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. We can try and get into the colors. So blanco is white, so white wine. Well, actually, while I'm on the topic of wine, there's quite a few different types of wine you can get here in Madeira. So obviously there's red wine, there's white wine, there's rosé, and they have something that's called, it's essentially green wine. So it's kind of more, it's kind of like a paler white wine, and it has more bubbles, so it's more carbonated. I do recommend that you try that if you are in Madeira or Portugal. It's different. Red wine is vino, so wine, tinto, so wine red. Vino, tinto. I'm like 30. I'm starting to really second guess myself, but I think, no, I'm sure that is red wine. I just think I pronounced it really wrong, but that's roughly red wine. Vino branco, vino branco, vino branco, vino branco is white wine, so that's passing what I prefer, but vino branco, white wine. With rosé, I think it's the same, so rosé, or God, I was gonna try and do an accent, no, rosé, I guess. Vinho verde is the green wine that I was telling you about. So the carbonated, it's like a white wine that's carbonated and really bubbly, and I would say sharp. I find it quite sharp. All right, this is going so bad that I'm trying to eat my feelings and console myself a bit. Before filming this, I sat down and I was trying to memorize it, and I thought I'd do better. You know what, maybe I should... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this video out there just to, you know, force myself to just do it. And then when my Portuguese has actually improved, I'm deleting this video and we're pretending it never happened. Okay, you never saw this, you never heard anything, never happened. Okay, I'll come back to that next time. That's for next time. I think that might be like advanced, and I'm still on beginner friendly. So. You know what, I think I've actually bitten off more than I can chew. I'm gonna go back to basic. So, bon dia, good morning. Boa tarde, good afternoon. Boa noite, boa noite, good evening. One thing I have noticed in Madeira is their accents are quite different from what I heard in Lisbon, so mainland. So when I'm pronouncing things, I'm not sure if I'm saying it the mainland way or... No, that doesn't make sense. Because it's still the same way, it's just different ways of pronouncing it. But that's something I think about. This isn't about speaking in Portuguese, this particular point. But if you go out to, you know, get drinks or get some food, oftentimes whilst you're waiting for the food, they will bring you like a little appetizer, like... you would think it was a little complimentary, you know, snack as you wait. It is not. You have to pay for it. I mean, it's normally, the places I go, it's normally like a couple euros, but oftentimes it's not something you've asked for. You may not even like the way it tastes. So when they bring it, you say now, which means no, obrigada. Whilst we're talking about, so that's no thank you. Whilst we're talking about thank you, so obrigada is thank you if you're a woman. Obrigado, so with the O at the end, is thank you for a man. So Portuguese is a gendered language. So I believe majority, actually I don't know how that works. I won't comment on that actually, but I know with obrigado and obrigado, A for women, O for men. So if they bring snacks to your table that you did not ask for, you say now, so no, now, obrigada. Or you could say obrigado, which is the short version. I already know I'm gonna cringe when editing this video. I knew it would be bad, but not this bad. But again, if it's out there, I've done it, so I can hopefully do it in the restaurant. But I am thinking of doing a video about my favourite places to eat in Madeira. I have found some really affordable places that I think, actually I don't know, but I've found some nice affordable places that I don't see too many people talking about. So if anyone's interested, I can, you know, do a review of all my favourite ones. Something I have been struggling with is Portuguese can be, the meaning of words can be affected by the tone. So oftentimes I try to say, how are you? Tudo bem? But, wait, tudo bem? Yes, tudo bem. So if it's hi, tudo bem? Like it's a question, tudo bem? Then that's how are you? And then if it's more monotone and more flat, so tudo bem, that's I'm fine. So tudo bem, how are you? Tudo bem, I'm fine. Ótimo. Ótimo. Ótimo means great. So if someone says tudo bem, no, tudo bem. Tudo bem, yeah, you can say ótimo, which great. So I'm great. No, well, just be great, but pretend it means I'm great.